Hello guys, we are back with another Bannerlords 2 video. In this one I'll point out some useful tricks and tactics I use in my playthroughs. I'll split this video into two parts. One will be focused on economy, in particular how to get started, how to get your finances rolling, and the second one is going to be about sieges, wars, and strategy in general. At the start of the game, you just want to focus on getting your renown up, your clan tier up, so you can join a kingdom. This should be your top priority regarding money. Now, when you join a kingdom, you normally strive to becoming an equal in that kingdom, becoming a lord so you can get your own castles, your towns, etc. But if your sole focus is not to be within this kingdom to strive to help them grow, you should remain a mercenary. This is way better because if you're a mercenary, you're not obliged to pay tributes that this kingdom has towards others. Sure, you also won't receive tributes from other kingdom if the kingdom is doing really well, but you will be paid in money for the influence you gather throughout the fights. So just become a mercenary and then start hunting enemy lords. This is the best way to accumulate a lot of money. This is of course if your strategy is to have your own kingdom, which is very expensive down the road. So once you are this mercenary and you're starting to hunt enemy lords, you can just find a piece of land, for example here where there was a Southern Empire, which I overtook now. I went to Western Empire, I became a mercenary, and I was just running around here and killed weak enemy lords, and then just went back to Poros or Zeoznitsa and just kept ransoming them for a lot of money. Now this will give you a lot of renown, this will get you up in experience, and this will fill your coffers, which is the primary goal. There is one trick you can also pretty easily do to get some more money going, but this is when you become a lord. You can get married. Yes, sure, you have to pay up front a certain amount of money, but you can find lords that don't request or require big funds to be donated, especially if you're a well-liked lord, if you have friends. Once you're married, you can get your wife, find your wife on the map wherever she is, because you'll be dealing with the dad. Get her to be your companion in your party, and then just casually through inventory find her and strip her of her armors and equipment. They all always have very good equipment here. You can then either use that for yourself. This is a good way to get up to really good gear pretty easily, or you can just sell them and get a lot of money. Other tips on economy is when you already have your own stuff, like when you have your own kingdom, you have your own towns, etc. You want to make sure that towns are prosperous, that they are earning you money. Now this is done through having your villages that are tied to it. Here I have these three. If these three villages are doing great, that means they're bringing a lot of food in, which in turn means my prosperity can grow. If food stocks are at zero, the prosperity is just going to diminish. And this is best done by having your villages being super prosperous. In this screen, of course, you want everything completely upgraded, but your aim should be to always have irrigation as your daily default to help your villages grow. As I said, the better the villages, the better for the towns. Of course, you should always have high loyalty so they don't disapprove of you, so they don't abandon you and rebel. Security is also very important, but the thing you should focus on is to have this done, to have this high number, is focus on fixing the issues of the settlements, which will also help down the road with its prosperity. This town is very high in prosperity and is making me quite a bank. It's making 3.6k almost. So you should always check if there are any problems here, and fix them. Now make sure you also fix the villages issues, because this is gonna make them also grow faster. For example, I should fix this village's issues, whichever they are, and then Vostrim's villages, whichever they are, and this will help this to grow down the line. Another thing you should keep track of is bandits. As you can see, there is a hideout over here. It's not affecting this city. You should think of cities as tiny provinces, so this Vostrum is kind of like controlling this area over here, and this hideout is affecting Danustica. It doesn't affect multiple cities, so the closest one is the one that's affected. You don't want these anywhere close. This will decrease your security as well, and it's also going to be spawning a lot of bandits. Why is that bad? Because as you can see, a villager is going to run towards your city to drop the food. These guys are coming from I don't know where, but they're going to drop food here, and other items, of course. And this is going to make sure that the prosperity goes up, that the food is delivered, that the food stocks remain high. If there are bandits here to kill these guys, this won't happen. So that's one of the important things also to keep track of. And the last good trick is, which you could probably apply, now it might not be recommended to apply it immediately in the game, is have a lot of workshops. Now I personally try all the time to have my workshops maxed out. Sure, sometimes they're not productive. You can always change that. That's pretty easy, right? You just gotta pick what you want. The problem is if the city this is in is taken over, and then the manner in which it's taken over can determine if this is the leader or not. So you should probably have these inside of the cities you own or are inside of your kingdom. Now, if you want to do this at the start when you don't have a lot of money, you can, but then I would suggest picking cities that are normally safer in the game. Now in this game I'm obviously gonna destroy these guys, so that would not be the best advice, but in a casual game where you wouldn't go after them or you would be playing with them, cities like these in the back on the corners of the map are pretty safe to have your workshops in. Ostitsan, Rovold, Pravent, these are all pretty good and safe. Otherwise, just wait for the kingdom you'll create and then have all the workshops in the cities you own. When trying to decide for which castle to go for, you normally want to approach this castle with your party and then hover your mouse over it to see how many defenders there are. And then if you hold Alt, you get more information. What type of units are there, what type of lords, who is in there. Can you take this or not? This is where you would make your decision. Now in my particular case, I could go for Talival Castle, which is on my border, or Hongward Castle. Now I don't know anything about Hongward Castle, I don't know how many units are there, if there are any lords. Should I just besiege here, call my troops to come here, create an army, or travel maybe here and take this one? I could go here, or I could just use Encyclopedia, which provides this information. So we'll just click on Kingdom and my character to enter the Encyclopedia. We'll go under Home and Kingdoms. Here we'll click on Vladimir, because this is the faction kingdom I'm in war with, and then we'll find the clan who owns the castle, De Gilind, or however you pronounce that. We'll click on this and then we'll scroll under settlements they own. Now if we hover here, there are 558 units defending this castle, which we can clearly see, and if we hold Alt we can see even further details. Now from here I can easily scout every single settlement on the map and see if I would like to go for this one or this one. Now from this we can obviously see this one's easily takeable, or well, at least easier than Hongward Castle. Now that we've besieged Talival Castle, one of the most important things you need to know about sieges, because you probably were annoyed that they build the siege equipment way faster than you, is that you can put your equipment into reserves. You obviously select trebuchets or whichever option you prefer, you put it into queue, they are already ready, we're not. Now this would mean that these guys just easily destroy my equipment unless we instantly pause as soon as this piece of equipment is built. We left click on my equipment and we move it to reserve. This just means that here we can place it on the ground. Now sure, here you have to immediately place it on the ground now, but if you queue everywhere and now put it to reserve, this will mean that I can garrison or move the reserve every single piece before. Oh, that's not good. But the point stands. So, I mean, I could attack and probably win now, but this is the tactic you can use if you want to have full complement of the siege equipments, all 4 slots, against all 4 of theirs. This, if you have 4 trebuchets, they will easily defeat all these catapults, and then once you clear all this, you can have an easier time attacking the city. Another thing is, which is kind of a side benefit when you're hunting enemy lords, defeating them in battle, and then releasing them, is that they will turn to like you. Now, when you at the start play as a mercenary, you want to capture them and ransom them because that's a lot of money at the start. But once you like go above being a mercenary and just hunting for money, you shouldn't capture them unless you're just trying to eliminate one kingdom. When you're trying to eliminate, you can put them to jail, so obviously they're gonna have less and less troops to put forward. But if you're still fighting for another kingdom, you should just release everyone you get. This is gonna raise their respect for you, their opinion for you, and they're gonna become friends. You can see for me, I currently have a lot of friends. Some have sadly passed away, the game's been going for some time, but I do have a lot of clans that like me. The thing is, once you release a person that you could have captured, the whole clan of that person is gonna like you more, not just one person, thus getting you a lot of friendships. This in turn will mean that you can way easier convince them into them joining your kingdom. And thus the problem of being unable to convince anyone to join you slowly but surely disappears. That's all for this video. If you guys have any questions, if something's unclear, or if you do something that nobody else does, something I didn't mention, something that's super useful to do, please drop the comment down below. If you found this video useful or instructive, hit like and subscribe for more of such videos in the future, and I'll catch you in the next one.